tell you, I have a book hangover from this book.
Yeah.
Like a legit book hangover.
There's nothing like it.
I have no words. Okay, for the record, I would like our audience to know that McKenna, the teacher, set a deadline for when I needed to be done with this book so that we could discuss it. And I have never once not turned in my homework on time. Except this.
Yeah.
I was
a little late.
Solid week behind. There was some accommodations that had to be made for me because I'm a slow reader.
It's okay. I've also read it once, so I was kind of...
Yeah. You read it, and so you breezed through it the second time, while I was like devouring it because holy fuck.
So good.
I also have a confession to make. Mm-hmm. I was not excited to read this book.
Really?
No, I read it for you.
Aw.
I read it for you because you loved this book. It was your number one of 2025. And so I was like, okay, she wants to read it again so that we can review it. I'm just going to do it. But like Ali Hazelwood, do I look like someone who reads Ali Hazelwood? How many people die in her books? None. Are there twisty plot twists? No. So I was not excited, but I feel like this Ali Hazelwood is like Verity was for Colleen Hoover, because from the other reviews that I've read of her other books, like this, everyone says like she just doesn't write books like this.
Yeah.
So keep on this track, Ali.
Agreed. I've read a couple of her books now. This is probably like the third or fourth one I've read by her.
Okay.
But in general, I just really like the way that she writes.
I did reserve another one.
Okay.
That is only an audiobook. It's only offered as an audiobook.
Really?
Yes. I think it's called Bound. But anyways, Bride. Let's talk about Bride.
Misery was basically a what is that word called? She was in the human realm.
She was like a martyr.
Yeah. And so like she went to the humans, and as long as she was safe, the person that they sent to the vampires would also be safe. So it's like collateral.
She was a political collateral. Yeah.
Yes. For a whole childhood.
For a what's the word I'm looking for? A truce.
Yeah.
Between the species.
Between the vampires and the humans.
Correct. So they traded small tiny children that had to live in the opposing worlds for 10 years
until they're 18.
Oh, okay. So a long ass time, their entire childhood,
with the thought that they could die at literally any second.
Right, but if one collateral died, then basically whoever collateral that was, it gave that race the right to like open warfare on the other.
And when she became an adult, she decided that she wanted to live with the humans still, because she had met this friend that's like a sister to her, Serena. And she just decided, I'm going to live my adult life with the humans. I'm going to file down my vampire teeth.
Hide my ears.
Yep, hide my ears. And then some lady walks in and gets her fired from her job. Because vampires and humans are still like, like it would be like us seeing a vampire like in real life. Like that's kind of scary.
Well, but I think in their universe, in their world, it's known that there are different species. Like it's known that there are werewolves. It's known that there are vampires, but they're very like we don't want to talk to them. We don't want to interact with them.
She gets basically told that her dad, who's like the king of the vampire realm, needs to talk to her. And so instead of being normal and sending like a letter or something, she rolls up and is like, and then they're all like, you know.
She's like, what? Look at my teeth.
They do that a lot in this book. They go back to the vampire realm, and at this point her friend Serena is missing. She doesn't know where her friend Serena is. Right. They got into this argument. Serena's gone. She's left her fucking cat, and you know,
her goddamn fucking cat.
And she basically is like, okay, let me talk to him, see what we can figure out. And then she realizes that there's a connection between the person he wants her to marry to help unite the realm and Serena being missing.
So once again, it is proposed that Misery becomes the collateral from the vampire race to unite the vampires and the weres. Let's just touch upon real quick. Serena's not just like a friend. No. Serena is her only friend.
The only person.
Entire world basically revolves around Serena. And Serena was an orphan that her dad, well, we don't know it's her dad. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Serena was provided to her as when she was the child collateral to be her like grow up buddy.
Yeah. And so they don't turn out weird.
Yeah, they like grew up together so that she could learn how to socialize like a normal child. And they were just like bonded. And then into adulthood, they're still bonded. But then Serena goes missing. And
she leaves her cat.
She leaves her goddamn fucking cat behind, and so Misery has to take care of it.
Yeah. And she's basically like, fuck it. Like, I don't really got anything else going on.
Right.
Like, I got fired from my job.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. So she gets married to Lo, and they basically kind of start this like weird standoffish friendship thing.
Yeah, like they're coexisting.
Yeah. It's not like an enemies thing, I don't think.
No, this is definitely not an enemies to lovers trope. It's more of like a relationship of convenience because of proximity, but also like he's a good dude.
Yeah.
And I love that she like goes and moves into the were compound, and like all the wares are kind of afraid of her at first. Like they assume that she's just gonna like flip at any moment and just suck them dry.
Yeah.
And so they kind of start like baiting her. And my favorite part of the whole thing, well, I have a lot of favorite parts because this book is so great, but I just love her personality. Yeah. Like her personality is just great. I told you in the text message, this book really reminded me of Butcher and Blackbird. And I loved all of Brynn Weaver's main female characters are very snarky and very like haunted, and they're products of their own trauma, but they're very snarky. And Misery is the same, but less snarky, which I think makes her way more relatable.
Yeah.
So her general demeanor of like, I don't give a shit about anybody, but these things are kind of growing on me.
Yeah, and she figures out that there is a kid.
Yes, and so there's a kid living at the compound.
Yeah,
Anna.
It's Lo's sister, right? Lo's little sister.
Yep.
And she's 6, even though she doesn't know she's 6. I think she like held up the number 5 or something and was like, "I'm 6."
Oh, I thought she was 8.
I don't know. She's like
she's between 6 and 8.
Yeah,
but she's not a toddler.
No. And the problem with Anna, we come to realize, is that she's part human, part werewolf.
Right.
Which isn't supposed to be able to happen.
They're not supposed to.
No.
Mm-mm.
And so now that it has, they're like trying to keep her a secret. Because she could potentially be used to be like, hey, look, humans and werewolves can get along. And that's going to freak out the vampires, because the vampires want to have their coexistence with the humans and not have that interact with them.
Right. And as much as the underlying theme, like there was a lot of underlying political themes of this book, which I thought was really, really cool, because it wasn't just a love story. There was like a greater purpose to everything that was happening. And it was this, we want to bring the realms together. We want to bring all of these species together and coexist, but they're on such volatile terms that they referred to like something that had happened in the past called the Aster, where they had tried a vampire were connection before, and it basically ended in like bloodshed. And which kind of reminded me of the Red Wedding. That's exactly what it reminded me of.
Like, oh, it's the Red Wedding.
I was like, oh my god, when my favorite Game of Thrones character died.
Robb Stark.
Fucking Robb Stark.
May he rest in peace. They're worried that another reunion like that could end up
so all of the political things in this book they're very volatile. And that's why they keep pressing the point of like, well, if we send you one of ours and you send us one of yours, then everything will be fine, which Misery is led to believe that she, as the collateral for the vampires, was in exchange for the were collateral, which she thought was Lo's mate. Mm-hmm. So the beginning of their relationship, she kind of had this like, well, he's off limits opinion, because it's kind of like when you meet someone at work that's really cute, but you think he's married and you're like, oh, he's married. It's fine. I'm not going to flirt with him. And then you realize like, oh no, he's not married.
Yep.
Oh, it's game on. Like once she realized the were collateral, not actually his mate, then she was like, you mean I can like him?
He starts to like, I don't know, change into like a person that went from having no purpose to someone who really wanted to like protect these new people that she like actually cared about. Because the thing that Serena said during their fight was like, man, Misery, I wish you'd just give a shit about anything besides me.
Yes.
And so now she's like, oh, I did that, while Amid's trying to figure out what happens to Serena. And what I like is that Lo wants to help her. Like once she tells him what she's looking for, because I mean, I would say like the biggest middle part of the book is her just like kind of looking around for stuff and trying to figure out what Lo knows, or like, you know, what's going on with Anna.
I think the biggest shift in the storyline came when the rebels tried to kidnap Anna.
Yeah.
She's like up in her room, minding her own business, and the Wares are having some sort of like party or celebration or something outside. Obviously it's daylight. She cannot go outside during the day because she's a vampire. So she notices that one of the Wares, who is always a little bit of a dick, is taking Anna. And he's like full blown trying to kidnap the kid, and no one else is realizing this, she thinks. And so she like springs into action because she's actually come to really like the kid. The kid keeps sneaking into her room and is like braiding her hair, and they're like playing with the goddamn fucking cat, and they're like becoming this cutesy little like babysitters club thing. And so she's seeing through the window that Anna is being kidnapped, and she's like, not on my watch. And she goes into full-blown vampire mode to chase him. Little does she know it was a setup.
Yeah.
And the Wares were like on top of it, and they were just using Anna as bait. But I really feel like that's when the whole thing shifted, because not only did she realize she actually gave a fuck about these people, but Lo also realized, wow, she actually gives a fuck about us. And then he kind of starts changing the way he addresses her and changing the way he interacts with her. And then it just like,
oh, and then they fall in love.
And the slow burn starts.
And he gives her a bath. And he gives her a nice bath.
And the peanut butter.
And then I love when she, like, they had done all the stuff. And she's like, can I kiss you? And she just wanted to kiss him. And I was like, oh, this is really cute.
Can I just say, again, recapping our text.
Yeah. I want to be a vampire.
I would give the spice level of this book like a 2. Like 2 chili peppers. But the scene where they were at the dinner and then they were trying to like infiltrate the computer system of Emery, which was, she's a protagonist.
Another like alpha
antagonist. She's an antagonist
in the werewolf that they thought was maybe doing something to try to kidnap Anna.
Yeah, she was the mate of the old alpha, and they thought that she was like orchestrating all of this like attacks on them. They tried to infiltrate her. They're trying to get into her computer system, but they're using the cover of Misery Needs to Feed in privacy so that they can like go sneak off into the office. And then she does feed on him.
Yep.
Which is like, that chapter was this, in my opinion, the steamiest chapter.
Oh, yeah.
And it wasn't like nothing happened besides she bit him and drank his blood. I mean, I'm sure other things were happening like downstairs.
Oh, yeah.
But it was like the way that it was written and the way that, it was
perfect.
Delectable.
After that, I feel like they just got kind of like more comfortable with each other.
Yeah.
And after she realizes the whole mate thing
right.
isn't a thing.
Right. So
yeah, they're just basically trying to find out who's trying to hurt Anna and why.
Right. It's becoming known that certain people know that Anna is half human, half were. Mm-hmm. And so now it comes down to like who is setting them up, because like things keep happening. The peanut butter gets poisoned, Misery almost dies. Lo kind of freaks out and wants to hide and separate everybody and kind of park them in different corners of territories. And all along, she's still looking for her BFF. Like, her bestie is still MIA, and no one's heard from her. So now, you know, he understands that this is really taking a toll on her. And he's like, okay, how can I help? I'm going to assign these other tech guys to help you, and you can go through, you know, whatever you need to do to find your friend. He is also convinced, though, that she's somehow related to the kidnappings attempts of his sister. Mm-hmm. So he thinks too, like, if we figure out what happened to Serena, we'll figure out who's behind trying to kidnap Anna. Right. Turns out
Serena was the one that was basically looking for answers about Anna.
They have a very deep connection.
Yeah.
Like, and plot twist. That, when I was reading that, I was like,
yeah, basically Serena was a journalist, and she was investigating stories. She had come across, I don't know how, I don't really remember.
She was coming across some embezzling.
Okay.
She came across some supposed embezzling in one of the governor's offices. Mm-hmm. And then found out that the guy, someone in that office was really well connected to a female were. And then through her own personal research, realized that they might have a liaison, or have had a liaison, that then led to the production of Anna. Spoiler alert! Serena's not human, guys.
Serena's also a werewolf.
She's actually not human.
It hasn't been the entire time Misery was living.
The entire time!
And Misery didn't know.
She had no idea. I mean, Serena didn't even know, though. She didn't know until she was like in her mid-20s.
Yeah, she didn't know.
And then all of a sudden, she starts going through some changes. And it's not puberty.
Yeah.
And she's just freaking the fuck out.
And we find this out because Misery gets kidnapped by Serena's kidnapper, who is Lo's second in command, which Misery told him in the beginning, do you think it might be someone on the inside? He was like, no, that wouldn't happen.
No, he's my second. I trust him.
It did happen. So now Serena and Misery are both locked in a basement, and Serena is just word vomiting everything that's happened in the last however long she's been in there.
Yeah. So they're locked in this. No, it wasn't a basement, it was an attic.
Oh, okay, yeah. In the vampire territory. Right?
Yes, which is called the Hive.
The Hive.
They were locked in the attic of the Hive,
which is where
all the vampires live.
Right.
And so she wakes up after being drugged. By the second. Oh my God. Can we also real quick just go back for a second and talk about again why this reminded me of Butcher and Blackbird? Because they go to her apartment. Mm-hmm. Right? We learn about the knot.
We do.
We learn what happens to male vampires. Not vampires.
Male werewolves.
Male werewolves. Yep. What happens to male werewolves when they're
aroused?
Finishing, when they reach completion, if you will. And then she's like, I'm your mate.
Yeah.
I'm your mate. Like, this only happens when you're with your mate. I'm your mate. And he's like, I'm sorry if I gave you the wrong impression.
Yeah.
That's not what's happening here. Fucking gut-wrenching! Mm-hmm. Gut-wrenching!
You're like, why would he say that?
Why? Because you know he's like, yeah, I just... that happened because of this connection. But no, he fucking lies to her and basically was like, hey, thanks for the fuck, but I don't really feel that way about you. Fucking rude.
Soul crushing. Just soul
crushing. And then he's like, gets a phone call and he's like, so hey, I gotta go. You're good, right? I'm gonna send what's his name?
Alex?
No, Alex was the computer nerd. Mick. I'm gonna send Mick to come pick you up. You're good, right? Yeah. Like we're good. We're good. All right. Totally dips on her. And then Mick picks her up and fucking drugs her and kidnaps her.
Shocking.
Way to go, Lo. Way to go, Lo. Can't trust anyone. So then she wakes up in the attic. And it takes them like a whole chapter before they realize they're in the hive.
Right.
And then they're being guarded by wares, which is super confusing. They're way high up. And then all of a sudden they're like, wait, we're at the hive. And then we realize who's behind everything.
The motherfucking dad.
Motherfucking dad. It's always the dad that you want, that you try so hard. You try your whole goddamn life to make him proud. Mm-hmm. He's always the one. Always. Stabs you in the back.
But they get out of the attic.
So they get out of the attic.
They use Misery's little luring powers.
Right. And they get out and then she's got to go talk to daddy. Mm-hmm. Right. And then the same chick that came and fucked up her life in the beginning of the book is like, your father would like to see you. And then it's like, oh, fuck.
Not again.
Trudge into dad's office. He's sitting behind his big mahogany desk with all these fucking wares around him. And she's like, hey, Mick, thanks for fucking stabbing me in the back, douche. Why?
Thanks for poisoning me with peanut butter.
Thanks for trying to kill me with peanut butter, asshole. And he's like,
that's what it is.
He's got my son. Okay, fine. Once again, Misery's life just doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. Then the brother. Misery has a twin brother.
She does.
He's kind of a dick. Mm-hmm. Like, kind of acts like he doesn't care about shit.
But, like, he's also kind of awesome.
Well, in the end, he turns out to be awesome. Kind of awesome. He really does.
Yeah. In the beginning, though, no redeeming qualities.
No. I love his exact words were, I told you to fuck it out.
Yeah.
Love it. Then you find that dear old dad is behind this entire scheme. And he basically is like trying to coordinate and orchestrate all of these like political things so that he can be the sole person to basically rule over all the species. Dad originally is the one who's pulling all these puppet strings with the politicians and the wares and the humans. And he wants to be the one who's like secretly in charge.
Right.
He basically has like a Daenerys moment where he's like, I will be the king of all 7 lands. But no, then the brother is like, actually, Dad, I have a better plan. Yeah. I mean, all in all, like, there's bloodshed, and but they get out, you know, like they make it out, and then she finds out that Serena is actually half were, and she's like,
why didn't you say anything?
Yeah. I don't know. I think everyone just lived happily ever after that.
I mean, like, basically she goes back to the Were territory and is like, her stuff is packed up and she's like, oh, okay, so I'm just leaving. Like, Lo doesn't love me.
Yeah.
I made this up.
Like, we're mates, but what the fuck ever, it's fine.
And then Lo walks in and is like, oh my God, she's here. She came back. She wants to live here. Yeah. Oh my God. And she's like,
she didn't come back for the goddamn fucking cat. No. That's for sure.
And he had just packed up her stuff because they were like cleaning or something.
They were installing different windows
so that she could
be out in her room during the day. Yeah.
And then they live happily ever after, and the very last thing you see is
Cohen, who is the alpha of a pack from a different territory.
Yeah.
He's Lo's best friend.
Okay.
But like older, I think. Yeah. I think they said that he was like older. He walks in,
sees Serena and is like, oh shit.
Has like an epileptic seizure.
Yeah.
Is like, I love her. We realize like, oh.
And that sets you up for book 2.
Mates.
Which I'm very excited to read.
I am too.
It's a 5-star for me. Even the second time reading it, I was like, oh my gosh.
It was so good. It was so good. There was parts where I was like shaking. Mm-hmm. I actually like wrote notes in this book, like, oh my God, the emotional roller coaster of this book. And it wasn't even just like highs and lows. Like it just, there's so many things that take you by surprise. Yeah. Like you don't expect to feel the way you feel when you read it. And it's very powerful. And I think that's when you know you're reading a really good book, is when you have all these like emotional reactions and you're like, oh my God, it's literally just like she's just feeding off of him and like sucking his neck, but like also
that's like the hottest thing ever.
Something's happening. I think on my Goodreads review, I said I both savored and devoured this book at the same time. And now I have a book hangover. What are we going to read next?
I have no idea.